Hello and welcome to Home Assistant Tips by Larry. In this video, we're going to be talking about some of the automations I use to trigger the air freshener that we made in our previous video. I'm going to be using Home Assistant's GUI to create the automations, as that is what most people use today. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is create a couple of helpers by going down to Settings, and then to Devices and Services, and then going up to Helpers, and then going to Create Helpers, and selecting the first one we're going to do is select the Counter Helper. Here we're going to give it a name. This name should be whatever type of air freshener that it is: bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, whatever you're going to use. And then give it a minimum value and a maximum value. The minimum value should be 1. The maximum value should be 2400. And then go ahead and give it an initial value. That should also be 2400. We use 2400 here because after a little bit of math, I found that 2,400 sprays is approximately how much one of the Glade air freshener cans has inside of it. And then click the Create button. Now we're going to create another helper. This one's going to be a timer helper. So go ahead and click on Timer. Again, give it the name of the whatever the device is, and then timer at the end. And then go ahead and give it a duration. I set mine for 2 hours. You can set yours for whatever you want, but typically 2 hours is a pretty good interval between sprays. And then go ahead and hit the Create button. Next, we're going to create the automations. So go to Settings, and then Automations, and then go to Create Automation, and then go to Create New Automation. Here we're going to set a trigger. So click on Add Trigger, go to Entity, then State, and then add the entity. This is going to be the name of the timer that we want to use. This will be the name of the timer that we created earlier. Next, go ahead and click in the To box and select Idle. Next, go into the Add If option and select Add Condition, and locate your air freshener name and select it. And then next, to make sure the condition underneath that says your device name and motor is off. And below that, make sure the duration is set to 2 hours. This will ensure that the air freshener hasn't sprayed in the last 2 hours, otherwise the automation won't run. Next, we're going to click on Add Action. We're going to find our air freshener name again. Mine was Master Bedroom Air Freshener, and select it. And then underneath that, we're going to make sure that the action says press the name of your device spray button. Next, we're going to add another action. So we're going to go all the way down to the very bottom where it says Other Actions. Select it. Next, we're going to select Call Service. Then we're going to look for a timer, start, and select it. Next, we're going to select Choose Entity, and then we're going to find our air freshener that we're working with and select that one. That will be the timer we created for the helper. Next, we're going to click on the Save button and then give our automation a name. Usually I like to give them the name of the device and then what it does. And then click Save after that. What this automation does is, first thing it does is when the air freshener timer that we created changes to idle, which means it expires and went down to 0, it will check to see if the air freshener has been off for the last 2 hours. If it hasn't, then it automatically stops there. But if it has been off for 2 hours, then it will spray the air freshener, and then it will restart the timer again, which will count down 2 hours, and then this automation will trigger again. Let's take a look at another automation. This automation is very similar to the first one, except we've added a second trigger, which is a millimeter wave motion sensor. This will actually trigger if it sees me in the bedroom or if the timer expires. Keep in mind the condition will prevent it from spraying if it hasn't been at least 2 hours since the last time it sprayed. When it does trigger, and if the condition allows it to continue, it will spray the air freshener, and then it will decrease our counter by 1. Next, let's take a look at the if-then statement. An if-then statement will only execute if the condition is met. In this case, the condition is to confirm that the air freshener bedroom timer has expired. That way we know what triggered the automation, since we have 2 triggers. In this particular case, if the timer goes to idle, then we actually restart the timer again for 2-hour countdown. Now let's take a look at the second if-then statement. In this case, it says if the counter has gone below 100, then we send a notification out. This notification will go to my phone and let me know that it's time to change the air freshener can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. And if you want to see any other of my automations, please leave a comment down below and I'll create another video for that purpose. Hope everybody has a nice day. Thank you.